I was very afraid. You had to hit the floor when it's gunshots. It was gunshots right by my window. You couldn't even go to the park because guys hanging all out in front of the park, and you can't even check your mailbox because it's a gang of people standing right in front of the mailboxes.
In 2010, a group of organizations were called together by the Harris County District Attorney's Office. Their efforts created a sustainable plan that led to crime reduction. This undertaking was beyond the capabilities of any single law enforcement, community nonprofit, educational, or political organization. The combined efforts resulted in improved quality of life for the residents of Haverstock Hills and the surrounding community.
Rainbow was engaged and inserted into Haverstock Hills because of the needs of the demographics of the community. Being a low-income, affordable housing community and the poverty levels of such, there was high gangs, crime, prostitutions, and murders. Our programs and services were needed and necessary.
We were having calls for service coming in on a regular basis, whether it was drug-related, gang-related, domestic violence, shootings. This was the place that kept our deputies overly busy.
In Harris County, Haverstock Hills has had an institutionalized reputation of being the worst of the worst.
Criminal organizations present a clear and present danger to public safety, public health, and quality of life. And I was so frustrated over the vulnerability of public housing, and no one was doing anything about it. There was no comprehensive approach or strategy to it.
We had a lot of crime activity on the property, a lot of people hanging around, a tremendous amount of vandalism, and just people that we would not have wanted to be on our property.
It was clear that something had to be done, the scope of which was far greater than any one entity could imagine.
When we began our services at Haverstock Hills, we came into an environment that on a daily basis had a criminal element such as a shooting, a rape, a murder, a robbery. Any type of criminal element you could fathom was present in that community. Our hope was that as we inserted our programs and services, we would be able to change the behavior of the adult and youth population.
Judge Likas was elected Harris County District Attorney's Office. She sought to take the worst crime problem we had, it was located in public housing, and come up with a holistic solution to solving it.
So I asked for the statistics, 3,000 calls for service the year before. And I contacted 3 primary individuals, Kim Ogg, who is a lawyer and a gang expert, and the Sheriff's Office, and Mark Schmidt developed these statistics. 3,000 calls for service. The gangbangers primarily were Crips and they were Bloods. And so we identified them, contacted Rainbow. They embraced us enthusiastically.
We wanted to make a difference here, but we knew we could not make it alone. We needed to have partners at the table working together with us, working with us in a new and a very different way than we have ever had before.
Using Rainbow's award-winning service enriched housing model that included counseling, drug rehabilitation, youth programs, and education, the group was able to stabilize and support the community as a whole.
Rainbow is a national not-for-profit organization that develops and implements programs and services to low-income affordable housing communities to better the lives of individuals and families.
Long regarded as one of the most crime-infested properties in Harris County, these efforts resulted in a reduction of service calls at Haverstock by 67% in just 1 year.
We initially inserted ourselves through the youth population as a catalyst in delivering our programs and services. We felt as if coming into the community, if we could tap the youth population and gain their interest in our academic focus, we could then draw the interest of the adult population and begin to serve their needs, which were more focused on drug rehabilitation, crime prevention, parenting classes, and of course our main focus, which is financial literacy on job readiness and financial education.
In this instance, we had the crime victims, we had the ordinary residents, we had parents and seniors, all of whom had needs that weren't able to be met because the criminal element was so oppressive. And so we found them to be willing partners, and they helped management They gave management information about the gang members that were operating here, and then management was able to pass that to the police, and the police were able to pass that to us, the prosecutors, and it really worked the way it's supposed to work. And I think that's because it was a win-win for everyone.
Haverstock is no longer Haverstock, and we are absolutely elated about that. This is a community that now offers front porch living, a safe haven for the youth, and an opportunity for our residents to build a future.
It's a big deal to have a community of this size to make such a dramatic change in such a short period of time. What has happened very recently has been nothing but exciting.
People didn't care, but now people are starting to get a small glimpse of, man, we can change.
Rainbow Housing identified the needs of this community and tailored a plan of action to implement lasting change.
Every community has a different need. Our objective is to align our programs and services to the needs of the demographic and the geographic area so that the programs and services for the youth and adult population can be impactful.
I see this community as being one of the nicer communities in the city and enjoying a great reputation without having to have that excess baggage of being labeled as a bad community to live in.
It has been a success for me.
The fact that Rainbow stayed with us, worked with us, was committed to seeing a difference occur here, but the fact that they never lost faith in the fact that if they worked with us, that we could get to a better place for everybody.
Through the efforts of this coalition, the community of Haverstock Hills has made remarkable strides by lowering the crime rate and gang activity that once crippled the residents' quality of life. This was done by a group of core organizations that together had the ability to move mountains.
We were all very vested in turning this community around. We knew that the insertion of our programs and services, beginning with the youth as a catalyst, would change the adult population. We knew in inserting those programs and services, we would not only change the residents of our community, but the geographic area. We benefited from the fact that law enforcement changed, the educational system changed, the mentality of our industry for low-income affordable housing and how that's delivered and the components that are necessary to make those changes in those kind of communities were impacted. We were successful in eliminating the criminal element of this community.
Rainbow implements programs by working within communities to reduce crime, improve quality of life, educate residents, and create safer environments. Lives are forever changed, and children can grow up to break the cycle of poverty.
I believe in this model only because I've had the opportunity to see it works.
Haverstock honestly have changed my life as being a woman, has changed my life as being a mother to my son, and it's changed my life for our future.